Alright, everyone. Huge alien news by Moist Critical. Let's check it out.
Family, today we have received some groundbreaking news in regards to aliens.
Said his whole family. Same here, same here.
I feel like I'm giving some
They're real, guys.
kind of press conference here about it because I feel so personally invested in it. For my entire life, my family has always firmly believed that extraterrestrials have not only visited this planet but made contact with us, and we've like recovered some spacecrafts and
Why is it always about spacecrafts? What if it's just like in the ocean? I think the aliens are in the ocean, guys.
all kinds of gadgets and gizmos that the government isn't telling us. And now they've received some vindication that that belief might be the truth. Today there was a hearing with a gentleman named David Grush who was claiming that not only have aliens come to this planet, but we have recovered some wreckage, some items, even some bodies, perhaps.
What? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm alright.
And this is all sworn under oath, and he is a pretty credible source, all things considered. He was a military intelligence officer for about 14 years. He had, from what I understand, from what I've researched here, pretty high level clearance. He was a pretty important person in his post, and he is now putting all of this public.
Hey, bro, we actually got some. They said they might have found something. Like, dude, are you serious?
At this hearing. Now, he hasn't presented any concrete evidence or any evidence like that, any proof.
Bro, what if we actually like become friends with the aliens? And then they like help us out with some technology that's super advanced. That would be
But
awesome.
his claims, he says, do have not only eyewitness supports, but real concrete proof, irrefutable evidence that he is unable to share publicly, but
Yeah, irrefutable. No
is
way.
able to share in private with Congress. So it,
Of course, bro. They said they were gonna have a hearing about it, and then it ends up that we can't even know what's going on during the hearing.
it's a very interesting development. I'll go over it a little bit more in depth. I talked about it on stream today. Overall, though, I don't think you're going to find anyone happier about this news than my dad. After the hearing today, my dad called me just full of jubilation. It was like a kid on Christmas. He was giddy.
Jubilation reminds me of that fast food restaurant called Jubilee.
Like a high schooler that actually just got a date to prom. My dad
I've never tried that, but I heard they have good chicken.
called me, laid out all of the details of what happened in the hearing, and was just so happy to hear someone that has credibility say these things because it gets him excited to hear it. He really wants to see alien proof and get.
Bro, what if they've been living here the whole time? There's a theory that what if they created us? Or something like that, man. That'd be cool.
To experience that truth coming to light. So this was a really cool day overall for me and my family. I still don't fully believe it, if I'm being honest, because he hasn't provided any proof. It's very
I know, right? It's top secret. We're probably never gonna hear about it again. We gotta keep our hopes up, though.
hard for me to just take everyone at their word. I understand lying under oath is a serious offense, but it's not like that's never happened before. You really think someone would do that? Go under oath and tell lies? Absolutely, for sure. It has happened before.
Guys, I've never seen his cat, like, in a video or anything. He has, like, a cat, like, playpen right there, but his cat never be in the videos. I think he, like, locks the cat out or something
It will happen again. I'm not
before he starts
saying
filming.
it happened right now, but I just don't take anything at just the face value of the claims. I would like to see some of the evidence here. So I'm very excited to learn more about it. This has got me fucking salivating for more information and more details about all of the things that he's claiming. So let me just go ahead and play the stream clips now to bring you all up to speed on what went down. How many aliens could we take in a fight? Well, according to David Grush, we stand no chance at actually
I'm reacting to a reaction. Let's see if he plays something.
fighting them, apparently. Which I have always said, if they are real and have visited us, well, I
No, he doesn't have rune light open here, guys. He doesn't have rune light.
think aliens are real in the universe at some point. I personally haven't ever thought they visited us, but I've always said if they did, we would stand no chance.
He's also on like his second channel or something.
We would stand legitimately no chance. It'd be like putting a child up against like John Bones Jones. Like you're never gonna win,
I do like. Oh, he's not on Chrome. I just realized he's on Opera, guys.
right? And that's kind of what he said too. One of the questions was, are our weapons sufficient to defend ourselves against them, or something to that effect? And his answer was, absolutely not. According to my dad. So, like I said, I haven't watched the hearing yet, but once it was over, my dad called me, like damn near celebrating. I could hear kazoos going off in the
So we got T-Pain just become a subscriber. Somebody probably gifted him, or maybe T-Pain probably knows who he is. Never mind, never mind. T-Pain knows who he is.
background. He's like, I told you, Charlie. I told you this day would come that we'd have legitimate confirmation from reputable sources that aliens have come here. And he was filling me in. He was
But we don't, kind of, guys. It's just like the guys confirming they exist, basically. I
giving me
guess. I
the
mean, hey, that'd be cool if something really happened, like a science fiction movie, man. But only if it's as a good, only if there's no like war or anything, right, guys? We don't need that to happen. Just like a cool, there should be a genre called of movies called hopeful movies where just only good things happen, right, guys? That'd be cool.
nitty gritty behind everything here. But for those that don't know the situation, David Grush is a former military intelligence officer. We talked about him a little while ago. He is the real deal. He is who he says he is. And he does have actual pretty high level clearance, as I understand it. And a little bit ago, he came to the public. Well, he made public statements that extraterrestrial visitors have not only been here, but have been observed, and in even certain situations, we have recovered some of their shit.
What?
And they had a hearing about this today.
85 degrees where he lives, man. Dang, bro, we be living in a cold area.
These are huge claims. Now, granted, he has not provided any evidence. He hasn't linked to, their social media accounts for us to double check or anything. We don't have any pictures or anything. Like,
I know, right? Come on now.
he doesn't have a picture
Why even tell us if there's nothing that can be found here? Then it's just him talking about
of
it.
an alien doing a keg stand outside of Area 51 or anything. But he is a high ranking intelligence officer who is making these claims. So it has more weight to it than most. So they had this hearing today, just kind of going over the scope of it, bringing everyone up to speed. And very interesting. He was asked point blank if there's any real biological indication that what they have is not of human origin. And he says, yes, it is not human.
And what they gave us like the best phone in the world, bro. That'd be cool.
When asked how many people are aware of this, like in terms of like unidentified aerial phenomena, he said thousands of pilots have reported them but are either too embarrassed to
So those alien videos we were watching and reacting to, they're not fake, guys.
come forward, thinking people will call them crazy, or are unable to come forward because of like crackdowns, something like that. Evidence should be king here. Well, he's not on trial. There's no burden of proof here. This is a hearing just to get all the information. He did say he has all of the evidence, but is unable to bring it forward to the public, but is willing to share it with Congress in what's called a skiff, I think, is what my dad called it, or my dad's just making up terms to make me sound like a fucking idiot. I've never heard of that before, but apparently it's like a private hearing, and he said he's more than willing to give over all of the evidence he has on all of his claims in the private skiff. Yeah, that's a real thing? Okay. I've
I don't know what a skiff is.
never heard of that. But one thing that I said was very fishy from the start about this story is David Grush actually had expressed written permission from the DOD to come forward with alien
That's the Department of Defense, guys.
information. So to me, he's not really a whistleblower. He's more of like a spokesperson. I don't think that necessarily pokes holes in the credibility of the claims,
Hey, every organization needs a spokesperson
I
nowadays.
guess. But it is very interesting that they're labeling him a whistleblower when he literally has permission from the teacher. This isn't a guy that fucking crawled through the trenches and
Hey, but whistleblower is probably more of a buzzword nowadays.
Threw up a signal in the sky in order to get us the information. He had permission.
Yeah, the bat signal or something, man.
He had their
If they have found us, then they're probably stronger than us, though, guys.
blessing. Why is he doing this? We'll have his answer and then I'll give you my answer. He believes that he's doing the public a great service by bringing this information forward, thinking that we need to be brought into the loop here, brought into the fold in an ever-growing situation here
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, you know? He respects us then, and that's a good thing.
with advanced life forms. I think the reason is distraction. I think
What?
all of this is serving as a big kind of distraction for what? I don't know.
The government trying to distract us from something never. Dang it. Trying to grab my soda, man. Hold on. Here we go. Found the right one.
No, but I just find it so odd that the DOD would be like super on board with it and let him do all of this. I don't,
It's time to let the general population know, right, guys? That'd be the best thing ever.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the distraction would be for, but I mean, here let's spitball some tinfoil hat shit. Let's assume I'm right and it's all a distraction. I guess what they could do next is make claims like they need to build defense systems in order to combat potential extraterrestrials like these big-titted goth babe aliens coming to Earth looking to harvest us. We've got to stop
Uh-oh, they might try to take our resources, guys. We might be competition.
it. So we're going to need to increase our spending on defense programs in order to make sure that we're adequately prepared for it. But I would love to believe that this is all very legitimate. David Grush legitimately has real evidence. Aliens are real. We've recovered certain things, and he can prove all of it. That's what I want. But what I really believe is that this is all somehow a distraction. That's where
It's like distractions and diversions, a RuneScape update or
I'm
something.
really torn. I don't know. This is to date probably the most credible person to come forward with apparently other witnesses of high ranking military origin with evidence. And we now have more access to unidentified aerial phenomena than ever. That's very hard to explain. So this is probably as credible as it's ever been. But I just don't know. It just feels artificial. He said it all under oath. If he's lying, he just ruined his life. Yeah, of course. But there is a huge difference between a testimonial and evidence. We've heard the testimonial. It's all under oath, of course. But we haven't seen any evidence yet. The Israeli space chief said the Galactic Federation is in contact with America last year. The DoD doesn't support, they just
The Galactic Federation? Are we gonna get invited to like the UN of the space or something, guys? That'd be cool.
released him to say what he believes is
Is it really gonna be like Futurama now?
a classified program. That's the only other comment. But that's still giving their blessing. Otherwise, they would have shut him down like they do most other whistleblowers. For example, like Edward Snowden, right? Like I feel like if they didn't want it out, it wouldn't have got out. And I don't know what the Galactic Federation is. I didn't realize we had Commander Shepard out there on the
Excuse me.
fucking Mass Effect relay at the Citadel or something talking to us. That's news to me. If this is all real, do you think they would ever tell the public the full story? No. If not, why do you think they need to hide it? Panic. Brother, we can't even handle the most basic concepts right now. Go on Twitter for any length of, or excuse me, the platform formerly known as Twitter, for any length
Hey, if you go to twitter.com, it still goes to Twitter.
of time. People won't even accept the most obvious
Man, domain names are like rare RuneScape names, bro. If you have a rare RuneScape name, you're rich, but it'll be domain names instead.
conclusive, true statements anymore. We are not ready for it. Why do we have any reason to listen to them when they provide no evidence? Because of where the claim is coming from. This isn't just like a Joe Schmo. This guy was a high-ranking military intelligence officer for like 14 years. Not a
Dang, bro, that's quite a while.
Exactly like the number one person you'd think to just go out there and lie for no real benefit to himself. No, he didn't say if the aliens were hot or not yet.
Dang
I'm going to assume no. I've always
it. We might have to react to the breaking news or whatever, but they might have it copyrighted, so.
thought if there were aliens out there, they'd be like insectoid-esque. How would the government even
Insectoid. Yeah, insectoids, roaches do live quite a while.
capture the spacecraft? That's exactly what I said. I have no idea. The only thing that I could even somewhat spitball a guess, assuming it's all real, is they recovered wreckage from a spacecraft that blew up somewhere in space and drifted onto Earth and crashed somewhere. I don't think it came to Earth and then crashed. It certainly wasn't shot down. Apparently, he even claimed we have no chance of even like defending ourselves against them. So it would have just had to be like a drifting piece of something. Just because you're smart doesn't mean you can't crash. Brother, you're not just smart. If you have something that can reach Earth, that means you have something that defies our very understanding, and this is even according to David, apparently. This is what my dad said, and he's right. That means you have something that is so far beyond our comprehension we can't even prove that what we're seeing would be real. You wouldn't just crash on Earth. The only thing that I could even think would be the case is, again, something happened, maybe it hits asteroids
Dang, bro.
out in space and a piece of it breaks off and lands on Earth, crashes into Earth. It wouldn't crash
Dude, that's the start of so many alien movies.
when it gets to Earth.
They even got it in RuneScape, the crash star and stuff.
They can travel the galaxy without problem, but when they get to Earth, all of a sudden they're crashing everywhere.
It's cold.
I don't think he was claiming that there's been a ton of crashes, just a ton of sightings. And apparently they do have in their possession some
This is creeping me out, bro.
UAP
I didn't expect this to... And the world's getting weird now, guys.
fragments and shit. And I guess bodies
They've probably been here all along. They're probably like four-dimensional beings or something.
too. Aliens heard about your performance in the Hunger Games and needed to come see it firsthand. See, like, there's a theory I'd actually subscribe to. That one would make sense. But why are the aliens here? COVID? That's probably why. COVID hit their planet real hard and they were trying to escape. Or maybe they're here to collect COVID from us.
Hopefully we don't get like any of the diseases they had, right, guys?
They have like a virus museum or something and they need COVID to be part of it.
I'm asking Congress to hold our government to this standard and thoroughly investigate these claims.
God, imagine if he brought in an
But as I
alien.
stand here under oath now,
That'd be
Actions
cool.
speak louder than words. Come in here,
as I've been
Glorb.
told them, in a position of extreme trust, both in my military and civilian capacities. I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program.
Oh, that was one of the other questions they apparently asked pretty soon, is if anyone ever got injured reverse engineering any UAPs. And he said yes. But again, there's no evidence.
To which I was denied
I
access
hope there
to
will
those
be at some point.
read-ons when I
Unit unidentified and anomalous phenomena. What the? Why not just call it a UFO or whatever?
In what possible sense is he credible just because of position? Yeah, what? Yeah,
But he's been in there for 14 years. That's quite a while, man.
obviously. A 14-year high-ranking military intelligence officer with, like, actually pretty impressive clearance? Yes. That is what would make him credible. Yeah. It's like what makes everyone credible is their position. Like, if it was me saying all of this, it would be completely uncredible. I'm a worthless source. Right now, all it seems like is that they've made him a celebrity with an official endorsement from the DoD. Which seems very weird for a whistleblower to get that kind of glamour from the people he's blowing the whistle on. I disagree. How? Look at all the other whistleblowers like Edward Snowden. Look what happened to him. Oh, here's another one, an easy one. Epstein got fucking murdered when he was about to blow the whole lid off of that crazy operation. If there's something they don't want released, it will not get released.
Let's read a few comments here. I feel like Charlie addressed this as fast as he did just for his dad, and it's adorable. I think it's funny this guy uses his position in proof as credibility. Oh man, I thought it's so cute how happy your dad is. That's pretty legit. It's cool that they are, you know, it's a nice bond they got. Alright guys, later guys. See you guys next video. Peace out.